What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is here, day one of the Diamond Heist website breakdown. I'm going to be going through the Overkill website we have here, walking you through all we see from day one. We've got a lot of the important information already, but what you're seeing right here in the background is, of course, the Diamond teaser trailer. If you've not checked that out already, I have a breakdown of it on my channel, and of course, I'll link you to the original video so you can get the full cinematic experience. So I'm going to walk you through the page itself, going straight down to the prices, and then we'll take a good look at the screenshots we have already. So, you've heard the legend of the Diamond, a meteorite that was found by Genghis Khan, carried at the head of his armies, owned by murderous kings and tragic queens. It may sound like a campfire ghost story, curses, legends, madness, death. It's almost certain its story has been embellished over the years to sell more museum tickets. But there's nothing fanciful about the diamond itself. It's a cold, hard, 505 carat lump of pure money. We're doing this one for the dentist. We knew that already, of course. God knows where that icy fucker is going to move it. Our part, the actual breaking in and getting it part, is going to be tough enough. In fact, maybe this one requires a finer touch. A bit of delicate finesse. A woman's touch, you might say. So we have the screenshots here. I'll of course play these through in order. But we have the prices. I say prices, there are two prices, which is, I don't know, some people might be slightly disappointed at this. I am not surprised. You're looking at $6.99 for the Heist, $4.99 for Clover. You heard the Legend of the Diamond. I already read you through that, but then there's the Clover bit. She's of course the lady we've been talking about. I don't know. So you're going to have to pay $5 for this new character. That tells me a couple of things about the character. I think it would be ludicrous of them to give us just a heister with a new voice and a new look without maybe adding some form of perks to that character. That's the way I see it, you know? You can buy a weapon and use a weapon, and that has different statistics. Sometimes it's better than ones that are free with the game. So for them to give us a character, there has to be a reason to pay for it other than, oh, I like Irish people. So that tells me something about maybe a new skill set, or at least a new perk deck for Clover. Then the Diamond Heist is $7. It's kind of what we expected. It's a hell of a big heist. Very similar scale to the Big Bank. When I run you through those screenshots, you'll see why I'm so excited for it. But I imagine similar to the old DLCs, if you've got a friend who buys this, you can of course play it along with them. So you don't have to pay it, but there will be some more goodies coming out alongside the heist. And you'll see those will be released. Day 2 is Luck of the Irish. Day 3, Time to Shine. So day 2, we're going to talk all about Clover, I imagine. That video will of course be out tomorrow. And then day 3, the heist is released. We find out all there is to know about the heist itself, and potentially some masks and maybe even weapons coming with that $7 package. Don't know why the Clover's a mile away from Ireland over here, but I don't know. Maybe geography's not their strong point. Okay, so moving on to the screenshots, there's an awful lot we can learn from these. First of all, we have the main view of the museum. Lots of room outside. I love this idea of an outdoor and indoor heist. Especially as it seems to be multi-layered. I'll go on to that later on. The amount of detail already visible, and graphically it looks lovely. One thing you will notice from this, the time of day, it looks like it's late evening, possibly early morning. We saw in the trailer it was at nighttime. It's distinctly possible this is going to be a multi-timed heist. Sometimes you can roll it nighttime, sometimes daytime, and that'll just vary the sort of atmosphere you get on the mission. I think it's a really welcome change and addition. Next up, we have an actual in-building shot. You have things that look like potentially stealable loot. Also in the far right-hand corner, you will see lasers, which will of course detect your presence and set the alarm off. So it's going to be limited. You may be able to turn those off in one way or another, and they'll very much so function like the Go Bank lasers. Moving on, and one thing you'll notice, Dallas is still alive, don't you worry. He's appearing in this heist. A couple of things you will see immediately here. First of all, there's an archives, loads and loads of text. You might have to search through these to maybe get some more information on the diamond, find exactly where it's located, how best to approach it. and it looks so detailed and intricate. You'll see on the far left there is a ladder to get you right up to what is more than likely, as I've already said, a multi-layered heist. There's also a container there. Maybe we can find a crowbar breaking, get some additional loot. So that's very exciting. You got the guard, of course, defending the end of the corridor. There may be some stationary guards. My least favorite. I prefer the patrollers, and they're normally ones that you have to take out. Next up, we'll see Dallas stealing some loot, this very famous vase. And it says it's GenSec secured. Interestingly, the only one we ever see them breaking into is one that claims to be GenSec secured. So they may be like marked paintings, for example, in Framing Frame Day 1. And then very Mission Impossible style, you can be cutting straight through the glass, not going to smash it up with your fists or anything, and delicately remove what is likely, as I've said, something for you to steal to get some additional cash on the side. Moving along, you can see this is a loud heist. So excited for this. This is one of the best looking screenshots we have seen so far. Long corridors, plus loads of different entrances. Oh, that is so good. This is like the surroundings for the courtyard, I imagine. And you can be attacked from, I imagine, multiple different sides. You can see this is the area where, if you were in stealth, the laser beams would be found. Of course, there is a sign pointing you to the Diamond Exhibition. It seems like we're going to be stealing it in plain sight, which is also quite exciting. Now we have the foyer, the entrance into this museum, and you can just see how expansive it is. And it goes from being this expansive to being very intricate in the tight corridors and hallways. What's exciting about this is I imagine you can enter straight through the front door, or hopefully there'll be many different points of entry depending on how you want to approach it. The same sort of stealth system that Shadow Raid had and went down really well, but you can immediately see there are lots of different directions you can move as soon as you enter. Left, right, straight down through the middle. Do you want to get a vantage point? Do you want to take the guards out first and then deal with the diamond later? Really interesting stuff. Another screenshot of the main rooms. Again, you can see the only vase that they seem to attempt to steal is the one that claims to be GenSec secured. And as always, not a big surprise, cameras will be another difficulty for you to have to try and avoid. A proper screenshot of the courtyard. You can again see it's late afternoon time. Again, this is so exciting to me just because there's so many different entrances. Enemies can probably come down from above, plus the 4 different ways into the courtyard. It just looks very aesthetically pleasing. Again, we are moving around the archive type areas, really tight, compact offices, the perfect place for a gunfight, and the attention to detail is quite incredible here. I'm sure you'll be able to find keycards around these desks, and possibly information and loot. So that is it for the screenshots. If you guys have noticed things that I've missed, let me know in the comments below. Are you excited for the Diamond Store heist? I know I am, and I know some people are talking about how the Clover character pack is just going to contain Clover, but I do have a sneaky suspicion it will come with some additional add-ons for those of you who choose to splash out the $5. So, very exciting update overall, one of the biggest that will ever come to Payday 2, so stick around tomorrow to find out more about Clover and what she brings to the table, and of course on Tuesday the actual update where I'm going to be bringing you as many videos as possible showing you how to get this heist done and what is so damn special about the Diamond Heist.